go in and get $19.10 from the register. You ready?
You're serious?
In or out, it's that fucking simple. If you are gonna be pleased about this, then we can turn this van around and go right back. You got 3 seconds to get out of this van. 2, 1, come on! Are you f***ing insane? Not insane. We're Sigma Zeta Chi.
What do you even say to the store clerk once you get inside?
Say, excuse me, I have a gun. Pretty much after that, you don't have to say You're next.
It's totally working.
I'm gonna talk to your crotch. It didn't do anything.
It did do it. You're not talking properly.
No, dude, your crotch. I gotta speak up.
It's gonna be that kind of interview. That kind of interview.
Trevor's just messing everything up again.
Just like this movie.
Morgan
does it again.
Movie.
Too cheap to
Will
buy
Canon's
an
just like
audio
Morgan.
recorder, and I've ruined the interview, right?
No, you're magical.
Oh, crap.
You're magical?
Yeah.
I should just let y'all just talk.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Stop us now. Please stop us.
You
need to focus. Delegate. Delegate.
All right. Well, the movie's fantastic.
Thank you.
Great job, you guys.
Thank you.
All of you. I know it took you like 10 years, is what I was reading.
Yeah, it was the whole thing was sort of a 10-year process with making the short, but I made the short film in film school, and I didn't start on the feature right away. So the feature sort of itself is about a 6-year process, but I mean, 6 years, 10 years, it's a long time no matter how you whenever you start the clock.
And how did it find its way to everybody? Like what was the thing that stood out that made you guys want to do this film with him?
The script.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Trevor was the first actor to come onto it.
Okay.
Yeah, I read the script and I thought it was awesome. There was a lot of opportunity for a challenge, which is what you want as an actor. And I think I share the same opinion as everyone here is that it's very rare also that you see a fraternity film that has such realistic elements to it. And it talks about morality and peer pressure, and it's really intense. So I was immediately drawn to it, and I immediately started trying to get Lou involved because I wanted to do a movie with one of my best friends, and also because I really trust him as an actor.
And that character that I was playing was, when I read it at first, I really liked the script. But at the same time, it had like there weren't a lot of lines. It didn't seem like a big part. It seemed like a really small part, It didn't seem as important. But then when I really read into it and I talked to Will about it, really got the sense that he knew what he was doing, he knew what he wanted, and that the character's challenge for me was gonna be to do this movie. Sorry, I know I almost dropped it. Was going to be to do this movie and to play like a dying person the entire time and not have a lot of lines and still be able to get out like the depth of the character, the exposition of where the characters come from, what kind of life he has, who he is and everything without lines. So that was hard. That was really hard, and that's why I did it.
Well, Will had seen something that I had been in, and it inspired him to see me in that character, which was really crazy for me because I'd never played anybody like that before. But that was the first attraction, and reading the script, I put it down and was just, like how you feel when you walk out of the movie is how I felt when I put the script down and called him up immediately, and I was like, I want to do this, and he said, great, it's going to be really a tough shoot, really short, 19-day shoot, in really brutal conditions, and I was like, sign me up, I'm in, and then, I also knew that these guys were in it, and they've been my buddies for a while, and I'd already done a movie with him a year back, The Informers, and they had done a movie together before, and so it was really nice because we were all buddies down in Texas together doing it.
For me, I got wind of the script through my agent, and like everyone else here, after reading the script, I was like, wow, I really want to be a part of this film, any way, shape, or form. And the character was really interesting. You know what I mean? Like Trevor talked about the moral dilemmas in the film, and everyone pushing and pulling, and who's good, who's bad, and and these guys are trying to help their friend, but they're doing this really, really bad thing. And then you've got my character in there, who starts off as just a guy at a store, and turns out there's so much more there underneath that, and I loved it, and after meeting Will, and I didn't tell him this, but I feel like whether I was in the movie or not, I wanted it to do well. I was like, this movie has to be made because people need to see it. I want to be in it.
I said all that. I still want to do it.
I still want to do it, you know. But people needed to see it, and even now, I think that's the motivation behind everyone here now is getting this film out there and letting as many people as possible see it and letting it, you know, let it do what it's going to do because it's great.
Were any of you ever in fraternities?
None of us were. I played college basketball, so I was an athlete growing up. So I was around always like groups of guys. Because the thing is, like of all of us, like one of us has played college sports, and a lot of us talk about how good we are.
Okay.
A lot of us talk about how good we are at sports. But one of us has played college sports. So
one of us gave up scholarships to pursue acting. Okay. And one of us...
No. It's always that, you know, I blew my knee out, I would have been in the NBA. Anyway, so I played college basketball, and for me, there was always sort of like, there was a little bit of hazing, but I don't think anything that rises to the level of sort of like fraternity hazing or what goes on, certainly in this movie. But I was just always interested in the dynamics, the group dynamics, and I think one thing that I always was really intrigued by is that whenever something goes on, and whenever something goes bad in a group, it's usually not the smartest person or the person with the best idea who sort of takes the reins and starts leading the group. It's usually the most charismatic person. And that's not necessarily the best thing for the situation. And it was that dynamic that I was really interested in. And I liked that I could do it inside of fraternity context, but I also liked that it had sort of like much bigger kind of implications. And that there was you could say something sort of about people that was more interesting than just sort of saying something about fraternity. So for me, it was always about people and sort of the dynamics between them.
Now, you're from Arlington, correct?
Yeah, and I did play college basketball, just so we know. Yeah, I'm from Arlington.
All right. I grew up in Arlington.
Oh, nice.
Arlington.
Did
Yes.
you play college basketball too?
I did. I totally played college
Okay.
basketball.
What high school did you go to?
Arlington.
Arlington High?
Yes.
We're
yes.
fellow Colts.
Are we?
We are.
Yeah. Frank Mosley? You don't know Frank Mosley?
Yeah, I know the name, Frank Mosley. Yes,
he also makes films.
Yes, I know
Yes,
this.
Yes,
I know him.
he was in my class.
Okay. He's a Dallas guy. He's
Yes.
Dallas, yeah, I know
Yes,
Frank.
yes.
Their names.
He had Hold that was at the film fest last
Yes.
year.
Okay.
Saw
Cool.
that.
Yeah.
So anyway, off topic there. It was great to see a film that's been shot in Arlington, you know, and probably driven by that frat house over there, like
Yeah.
a bajillion
million times. Yeah.
What was it like filming in there? Was it? I think I heard y'all say at the film fest that it was like beaten down, run down. Nobody was living there.
And
it was dim.
No electricity, no
It was
AC, and
It was
yeah.
really gross.
It was like a frat house. It was like living in a real frat house, sort of.
It was August in Texas too, so you can imagine how hot it was, you know.
The sweat was real, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
there was no spray bottles. That was all legit.
Some
I
of the
think
blood
we
was
left
real.
a stank in
Yeah.
that house that would never.
Well, we
be
added to the
duplicated.
stank.
Yeah.
There was stank there.
Well, it
when
was
we got
already
there.
stanky.
Is there
and then we
something
just-
crazy that happened at that? I know that's like such a cop-out
There was a lot of
question,
crazy
right?
things that
like,
happened to that house.
Anything in particular that comes to mind?
Well, we did the hazing. That was what we did to really
Real
get
hazing?
involved, to get our heads in the right space. We had to submerge ourselves in the environment of like, what would it be like to be in a frat? And we had a week to do it. So we kind of went through a hell week where Jon hazed me and Trevor and some other pledges, like 5 other guys. And it felt like we were really pledging for a fraternity.
And some time in that basement?
Yeah, it was intense. No, we didn't go in the basement.
They
We were
spent
mostly
some
in the
time in
backyard,
diapers.
in the back of a pickup
That
truck,
was good.
being driven through a car wash.
Are there photos of that?
There was videotape.
It was. We destroyed the video.
Oh, no bonus features.
Lawsuits
God.
and
Comes out
whatnot.
on DVD.
Thank
No.
God.
Never forget that.
I was afraid the guys who were, for the guys who were doing the hazing, it was just a lot of fun. But the guys who were getting hazed,
You didn't have a choice.
I was afraid they
we
were
destroyed it.
but I gave it to you guys to destroy. I mean, I was afraid that actors were going to drop out of the film and not make the film.
I was
and that
making a big deal out of the
agents-
fact that my
agents-
balls were on tape, and I was pissed
Like
off.
that's the first time.
That-
Like that's the first time. That's an exclusive. That's a premiere.
It was, and I was not into it. I couldn't have that out.
You could have spun that into a reality show, dude.
Well,
You could've cashed in on
yeah,
that.
at least you're.
We could have got you in the. We could have got you.
You're all
Listen,
we destroyed the
we could have got
evidence.
you in the Jersey Shore.
There any cool hangouts y'all would go to after you got done shooting?
That pool.
Which one?
Oh yeah,
Oh, that place.
What was that?
Oh yeah.
place is
nice.
That, there was a pool hall. There was a pool hall.
that pool hall.
Where was it?
It was like karaoke pool or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, we played pool. There was
It's
karaoke.
like way out, way out.
bar.
Like way out of Arlington. But
Lost memories.
But most of the time
Liquor.
we just really dedicated our time to destroying the room that we were staying in.
It felt like a fraternity. That's pretty much the deal. We really felt like we were living in that. We had a beer shrine in the middle of our room, empty beers.
This high.
The cans.
About
Bottles.
like 400 bottles.
Nice.
It was intense.
It was the size of a small fat child. It was
Small fat child was more like a hippo, man.
Yeah, it was big.
Anyway.
What's everybody else working on right now?
I'm finishing up a script with Doug Simon, who I wrote Brotherhood with. That's kind of the main thing I'm working on.
I just finished a movie called Rampart with my brother and Woody Harrelson and Ice Cube. And
I got a movie coming out in March called Music Never Stopped with J.K. Simmons and Julia Ormond.
After this basketball injury, the dislocated finger heals up. I've got the new Final Destination coming out in August.
Is it in 3D?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
I had to ask.
Yeah. It's gonna be fun.
I'm already looking forward. I don't even care what I'm doing. I had a film that is called Vampire that just went to the Sundance Film Festival. That's now at Berlin and I believe Hong Kong.
Hong Kong?
Hong Kong? You want Hong Kong?
And I just did a pilot for Lifetime.
Oh.
They are finishing it.
Very cool. Well, thank you guys very much. Brotherhood comes out tomorrow.
That's right.
February
Tomorrow.
18th. And the 25th.
It's, yeah, 25th in LA. It's also nationwide.
Now beg everybody to go
on
see
demand. It's nationwide on demand.
Go see our movie.
See our movie, please.
Come on.
Cable provider.
It's so good.
See it. No excuses.
Come hang out with us.
Foster
You
will
can watch it
amaze
over
you
and
if you
over.
do not see it.
Bring his
that was
brother.
my angry face.
Thank you guys.
Yeah, it was fun.
We should start a promotion where we give people a free beer for every time they see the film.
It was very nice.
See it? Oh, yeah.